to give a market update for y'all. It is awesome. Everything is awesome right now, okay? We are down. The only bad thing is 24% in inventory. What does that mean? Supply and demand, the age-old thing, right? How you make money and how much you can charge. Supply's down, demand is through the roof. People are getting 20, 30 offers on properties. And yes, clients are paying above appraised value on 90+% of the transactions that I'm seeing. So if you're a client out there, you need to listen. You're not going to get a house if you're not paying over appraised value typically. Some agents want to argue with me, but that's fine. And I'm going to tell you why this isn't a bad thing, and you have to take your ego and everything else and put it aside, because ego has never made a man rich. I can promise you it has. Well, maybe some. You know, we can think of a few, but they got lucky and they probably had money to begin with, okay? So you got to look at this. So Tiana, who's filming my videos right here, she just bought a house recently for $330,000. We just got numbers out. Homes in the last year appreciated by 13.7%. So what does that mean? So if we take 330 times 13.7%, $45,000 in value, that house just went up, okay? Now, we don't expect this inventory to get a lot better until mid this year in Arizona. I keep talking about this, and I'm loving that I'm hearing a lot of higher up people talk about this, that as this vaccine rolls out, which Madonna is getting ready to ship out, instead of 10 packets of vials, they're going to ship out 15. They're getting FDA approval for this. As this rolls out quickly and people get their vaccine and we get our herd immunity, when we get around 75% of the United States immune to this, you're going to see a lot of confidence and less fear. We're already feeling it with the news. They've kind of shut up since the election, thank God, because I couldn't take it anymore. So we're going to see property values go up by probably another 13% in the next year. Homeowners, if you have to pay $5,000 to me today, let's say you gave me $5,000, and I said in a year I'm going to give you $40,000, you'd be like, no way, that's crazy talk. That's what happens when you buy a house. 13.7% on a $330,000 home, listen to this again, was $45,000 more in equity. Now, some of you are listening to people and hearing about the forbearances and it's going to be foreclosures. Again, let's go back to, we're down 24% inventory. We are low, folks, and supply versus demand, and the Fed says they're not touching rates until 2023, and I actually believe that, because we are a strong, huge part of the economy in real estate. So low rates, low inventory, and when it comes to forbearances, I get to see a lot more than most of your loan officers. I average with my team, me and Kyle here, we average about 80 loans a month. Your typical loan officer is 4, okay? I get to see a lot of credit reports because I have to pull thousands of credit reports to get to 80 a month. Not everybody qualifies. I would love it if they did, but I see a lot of forbearances, and what the majority of the banks are doing is they're taking what you owe and just adding it to the back of the mortgage, and you'll have to pay it later, or they're adding a small amount to your payment. So they gave you this time period, and now they're not saying, oh, you need to pay us. Pay up, sucker. We're going to take your house. No, they're not actually doing that. They're actually working with you because they realize that compound interest on a house is great for them, okay? And you can just go refi with somebody and pay all that money back really quick and get a lower rate than what they have. So why wouldn't they want to work with you? Their hand is forced. I either lose a mortgage and a client because they're going to sell or refinance, or I can keep them and work with them and collect interest. So yes, there are some very shitty banks out there that will foreclose on people. But with the inventory this low, the fact of the matter is, those foreclosures are good for the market. They are not good for people. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying, but they're good for our market. We need that for a healthy market, but that also means that it's not going to hurt values that much. Banks are going to make money. Unfortunately, most of them always win. I hate to say it, it's a reality of it, but we got to work with what we got, folks, right? So that is where we're at in the market. The rates are in the 2s now, which has been there, done that, and they're continuing to stay there. So you're going to get a rate in the 2s. So for you people out there that are homeowners, I suggest if you're thinking about selling and buying, you need to get ahead of the curve. You need to call a real estate agent today. If you don't have one, you need to reach out to me and start talking about getting your property listed. because you gain more equity in a higher priced home, right, than you do a lower priced home. You make more money on those. Well, with all the equity that you have, Mr. Homeowner, you can probably buy another house and almost keep your mortgage payment the same with how low the interest rates are and a nice big juicy down payment. So this is where we're at in the market, guys. I don't want to hear the gloom and doom. I'm not going to buy into it. I'd rather look at facts, and I'd rather also looking at the emotional standpoint of people. Eventually, we are going to quit living in fear with this vaccine, and we are going to start moving forward because we got to live. We have socially interacted since the caves, and we have to do it again. So y'all have a good day.